Hello, and welcome to the Axis Unseen. So, an interesting one this. It's made by the developers of some of the Bethesda RPGs. That is to say things like Skyrim, Fallout, and Starfield. I don't know exactly which ones, but it is basically made by ex-Bethesda devs. And you'll begin to see that as we go in. And I'm suspecting that they're probably from Elder Scrolls, given the type of game this is. Let's see. Difficulty. This can be changed at any time. Casual, you have to try pretty hard to die. Creatures damage you a lot less. Normal. We're probably going to go for normal. Given that it's just a demo. These difficulties cannot be changed after starting the game. Pacifist. Creatures will not attack you unless provoked. Permadeath. If you die, the save is deleted. Interesting. So what is it? So take photos of creatures in pacifist mode to unlock things. Creatures will still attack in the intro. Oh, there's permadeath. Insta-kill. You die in one hit. Oh, right. We'll be going on normal.
The intro to the Axis Unseen is set to music. It will cut and move you at certain points in the song. If you're easily overwhelmed or have trouble reading fast, this intro may not be for you. All of the tutorials show up again in the main game, so if you miss anything, it is okay. However, if the idea of a metal intro sounds great to you, you should play. Would you like to play the intro?
Sure. I don't know why they needed to ask me if I want to play the intro, but okay, let's roll. I'm guessing we want to take note of all this. Ooh. I was going to say so that we can come and loot this stuff later, but yeah. Left trigger to draw the bow and right to shoot. So it's like a training sequence. So we're shooting like enchanted arrows. Ooh. Use the right trigger button to use your melee weapon. Stab, 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 stab. Hold the X button to check your active arrow mounts in your quiver. Watch your flag to check the wind direction. Oh. I take it we're meant to be going through this. You'll automatically collect energy when you get close. guessing that was energy, right. Walking on rocks makes more noise than dirt. Leave footprints creatures can follow. Your bow has a noise meter. Oh yeah, so it does. You can track creatures following their footprints and blood trails. Press gamepad and right thumbstick to toggle sneak. Stalking the bows, not stalking the bow, stalking the deer. Your bow runs show how much energy you have collected. Hold X to check the amount of healing crosses in your left hand. Press the B to heal. Press the right bumper to use primary magic and left button to use secondary magic. Primary magic. Okay, secondary magic. Ah. Press B to heal. That has a lot of drop to it. Right, looks like we've graduated from werewolf monsters to whatever the hell these things are. Some sort of magic chair. Oh, it restocks it. Energy from creatures to level up. Okay. Right, I think we're coming toward the end of this. It didn't let me move them for a moment, it wouldn't fire the bow, but whatever. Oh god, it's a Sasquatch, kill it! It's Bigfoot. Kind of is as well, isn't it? Can't get my arrows till he's dead. Kill him. Right. So I'm guessing that's like, it's a roguelike, maybe? I think that's what it might be trying to say there. Possibly, maybe. Right. Anyways, good job that it's not... It's a good job that the channel isn't like a big monetized thing, because, you know... Yeah, you probably wouldn't be able to play that intro on YouTube. I'm guessing that music is very copywritten. Right. Main crosser to be stocked. And this just kind of reaffirming some stuff. Okay. Creatures can smell you. Now, one thing I want to do before I go any further, control, look sensitivity. Let's try that. No, I still feel like a tank. That's better. Oh my god. I would, if you're wondering, if you were watching that entire intro and it's just, God, he can't hit anything, he sucks. It's like, yeah, I'm using a controller and yes, the default sensitivity was on like a quarter of what I would normally have it. I was just turning around and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like a tank turret. Right. So I assume we want to go to the green glowy thing underneath the giant dead serpent tree. And also, I'm just looking at the audio levels. Even just like... Yeah, even with this like down really far, that's quite loud for background noise. That's probably about right. Press the D-pad left, right or left to change arrow types. And something about sprint arrows or something. Was there a thing where it said you can like re-look at the tutorials? No. The intro cutscene is cool, but yeah, I'd prefer just a tutorial. Sprinting all the time will get you killed. Ah! Well, I don't see any creatures, so no. That's a creature. It's taking advantage of me being on controller by circling me. Right. Wind direction is going... yeah, kind of forwardish. Maybe I should go slightly to the side so it doesn't smell me downwind. Right. Entering stealthy mode. Saw it move over this way. It's blood. Still blood. Is it down here maybe somewhere? If it is, I'm not seeing it. Where does the trail continue to? Those are my footprints, aren't they? Yeah. That blood, where did it go? That's a different monster. Go on. Space arrow. Ah. The hell was that? It's just like a guided arrow. Yeah, it's kind of crap. Return to the blue beam to get energy that you've collected back. Use energy. Werewolf. Press the back button to open or close the journal. I didn't die because I used a spirit arrow, did I? It doesn't like suck my life away, does it? Right. Okay. So we're going again. Wind direction is kind of that-ish direction. Left trigger to draw the bow and the right to shoot. Yep, I know. Use Lithic Gear. Right. Spirit arrow can be used to get your bearings with fire creatures. It uses magic instead of regular arrows. Right. So I say basically you can use it for scouting. The monsters seem to just be suddenly on you. You know, you're crouching around, sneaking, suddenly they're just on you. And when they're on you, it's like a rash, and they just start circling round you. I take it that's where I died. So you drop your spirit energy or something, Dark Souls style, I guess. Oh, I hear a monster, and I saw one over in that bush there. Oh, it's seen me. Oh, okay. So the longer you hold the aim, the more powerful the shot. Oh yeah, don't bother trying to shoot it when it's side on to you. Right, let's go back up here, and we'll get those arrows back. Because there was that station I could get arrows from, wasn't there? Back up this way. So we'll go and restock. So yeah, I've got... I need like arrow capacity. Because whoever this is, they did not think about how many arrows to bring. Right. Can I only carry 3? Is that as many as I get? Like, I've just counted it. It's like... Jesus Christ, I thought I had more than 3. I thought I had like 5 or so. 3? I mean, they're only sharpened twigs with a bit of rock on the end, aren't they? Hell, you don't even really need the bit of flint on the end. You can just use a sharpened stick. They'll work as arrows. So... yeah. Perplexed at that. You think you'd... in a game about shooting creatures with a bow, you think you'd probably get a few more than 3 arrows. That just spawned in. Finish him. Yeah. I'm never gonna leave this cave, am I? Right. Let's go and we'll heal and we'll restock our healing crosses and things. Wonderful. Well, we've killed 2 enemies, and we've lasted longer than last time. So that's something. We've also found out something the game doesn't tell us, which is you don't just aim, while you're doing this, it's actually building up power in the bow. I think. Right. Now let's keep moving forwards here through these energy thingies. See what they give. See what they give us. I don't see any enemies close by. Energy locked in. If you die, you will not drop energy that you have locked in. Your bar shows how much energy you have. The blue runes are not locked in. Oh. That's why I want to get more information on this stat. 510 energy will be used to level up fire strength to 1. You currently have 610 energy. Earth health. Air and stealth. Spirit and magic. Water calm. Fire strength. Increase how far you can dodge jump. Increase how long you can hold the bow back without it shaking. Max health, how fast you can heal. Amount of noise and increased speed. And how many times you can use magic. Magic is used when firing spirit arrows. Also increase the time you can look through a spirit arrow. Magic powers can also be found at altars in the world. Help you keep your heart. How fast you sprint. Keep your heart rate low. Powers shut off when heart rate is high. It is harder to hear and see when your heart rate is high. Health. Because you seem to die in 2 hits at the moment. Okay. I'm guessing this is going to fill up with Horned Beast. So I've killed one of them. This thing. And one of them now. So they're all like mutated forest creatures essentially, aren't they? I guess I'll go back through that portal to leave. It's saved. Oh, we've got 2 portals now. So I'm guessing these will fill up as I go through the world then. That's interesting. I like how it shows like the actual place you're going to. So that's the cave, and that's outside. Interesting. Right. Well, let's head back. At least now we've got, I guess, a checkpoint here. Hey, we've got 4 arrows now. Apparently. More energy down there, it looks like. Definitely enemies down there, though. Wind direction is kind of going in that way. Completely whiffed. Ah! Oh, what the hell's happening with him? Wooden arrow start amount increased by 1. New amount is 5. Right, now we're getting somewhere with the arrows. Here's something. Oh yeah, that's some over there. Deer. Right, we're going to want to go back and get arrows. Because mine have just... they're off in the ether now. Energy locked in. Where is it now? Thing for arrows. Here, yeah. $870 required to get to level 2. So the price of leveling up goes up for that stat, but not the others. So eventually I'll be getting loads of energy and I might as well invest it into the other stuff. Because investing it into that, well, investing it all into the one stat will make that one stat's levels extremely expensive. There's also a message here, isn't there? How do I interact with that? Oh, press Y button to get the journal. It's torture the way your eyelids flutter when you're dreaming. Usually I can tell what you're dreaming of, or rather, since that is noble, I like to imagine I know what you're dreaming of. Cloudless skies, soft breezes, cool lakes and hot suns. You lose the soil. Oh, you love the soil, not lose. Unlike me, you understand the soil, dirt, nutrients, and alchemical balance of sunlight. Intuitive to you, you are not afraid of mud under your fingernails, and are proud of what you can grow. You feed us, you feed me, with your eyelids flutter like... when your eyelids flutter like this, I imagine you charting stars, with your gaze connecting the... That is extremely annoying. Connecting the dust in the sky with the dirt under our feet. Hell, there is nobody else like you. Nobody else can look at something as vast and as terrifying as the skies above with all their secrets and feel like they understand themselves better, but you do. You know where you're from. You are from here. Load of nonsense. Moving on. Well, that didn't look like a good thing. That was ominous as hell. Wind direction is... Oh, they're there now. Heavy breathing. Headshot. Boom. Something else? I think nearby. Yeah, I'm going to say it sounds like that direction. If I can actually... Right. Now we know that there can be enemies over this way as well. Saw some last time, so it wouldn't surprise me if there's some more going up. There's also something over there I wouldn't mind checking out too. Yep, there's one. Bit far at the moment. And I think I hear something bigger over this way. Looks like the corpse of a giant or something. Might just to be safe heal. I mean, I personally think I only got like scraped a little bit, but apparently the game is really concerned for my health. feel like in like that sort of direction. Yeah. Fairly sizable one as well, I would guess. Looks like this isn't far off. I think it might just be over the brow of the hill. We'll check it out. We're probably going to want to kill this before we run over there. Good effect on target. Ah. So it died off. Right. So if you hit them a few times, they might just die of their wounds later on. If you hit them hard enough. Okay. This looks like a gateway. Energy locked in. Oh dear. Ah. Let's just go through the portal. We have 920 energy. Okay. So we've got a third portal now available. And what is this? Power tremors, sense touch, region, it was found, forest. This power gives me the ability to sense when something is nearby. The tattoo will flare up and make a sound whenever something is detected. The colour changes cool to warm based on how large the creature is. If they are not moving, it will not detect them. The power shuts off when my heart rate is high. Oh. Very metal looking. I don't know how there's giant skulls that massive on the mountains and things, but sure. Makes literally no sense, but hey, it's metal. I'm guessing we just follow these giant pillars of light then. That sounds big. Yeah, that tattoo's all orange now on my left hand. Oh! That's not something I want to be messing with. Right. How far away do I think that is? How many enemies are between me and there? Because it looks far. So where did my other arrow go? Oh, tattoo is blue. Something around. I feel like the louder noise I can hear is one of those big ones somewhere. But yeah, there is then this little deer thing over this way, which I've now lost track of. But yeah, there's the big guy, obviously. There's a little deer. Ah, there's the other thing I was going to say. I'm sure I could hear something else back there. Got him. Let's not stealth anymore. Let's just start moving. It appears to be moving toward me, which is a concern. That thing's now about. Oh, there's a pack of them. Speaking of packs, give me that energy, let me run. Let me sodding run. So they have like ranged attacks. Heart rate seems to be high. There's an enemy to my right somewhere. It's gone back there. Right, so just use the light source. That's going to massively give away my position though, isn't it? Oh, you can bet your backside it is. Yeah, it's absolutely gonna. Supplies are screwed. I literally got a wooden arrow. Really, that hit me? That seemed like it went past me. Oh, that's definitely something down there. Just make it to it, I reckon it'll bank us stuff in. Amount for starting arrows is now 6. Energy locked in. These guys got out on them? No. Right. 505 energy, we can nearly level up. Okay. I'm guessing we're getting somewhere near the end of the demo. That said though, I think I'm going to call it here. Because we're nearly a good hour in. And I think we've gotten a good gist of what the game's about. I will say, and probably the best thing to do with this is to stand atop here as I say this. The game looks like, from like a stylistic point of view, like, oh, ah crap, I went back in the portal, didn't mean to. If I can get back to this ridge here. Now where's the beam of light we're following? That away. And of course it's foggy so we can't see it properly now. Right. And now we're under attack. Could just get a moment to round things off here. But we're not going to get that, are we? Really? Right, one of them's definitely like through its ear hole. But yeah, from a stylistic standpoint, the idea of this game, from what I could see in like the description on the store page for it, is basically heavy metal Skyrim, where you're going around trying to hunt these like evil beasts that are ravaging the land. And yeah, this is definitely, if you turned Skyrim into like a heavy metal cover, this is what I would expect. You know, skulls everywhere and all. Sounds like I might be coming under attack again. But, yeah, from a stylistic standpoint, absolutely fantastic. I think this is one of those big Ent monsters that were around earlier. So I'm going to walk through here while I give my thoughts on the rest of it. But it's definitely accomplishing that. The intro was cool looking, but it didn't really serve to teach me how to play the game because it were kind of skipping past the tutorial before I could even read it. You know, you had to kind of skim read and you didn't really get a chance to really show what you did. Well, show what you learned off it and try it out. And it just kind of bombards you with information. When you're trying to teach someone something, generally speaking, you want to kind of get them to, you'll read it, then you'll do it, and usually you'll see this in tutorials, they'll do it 3 times. The idea is to try and kind of get it to cement into your brain a bit better. You know, you're not going to remember something that you've been told, and even if you try it, you're not going to remember trying it, unless you've done it multiple times. So the idea is, this is how you do this thing. Do it 3 times and it sets in. The more complicated it is, probably the more you're going to have to kind of really go over it. And it just kind of skims through everything on the tutorial, so barely any of it sunk in. I know that I know what the noisometer on the bow is, because it keeps going up and down. The rest of it I don't know. And I know that if I press X I can see my supplies and wind direction, and that's about all that went in. That and how to shoot, because it kept saying how to shoot over and over again and made you shoot things over and over again. I think dodge is meant to be A, but it's more of a jump. I don't know if that's meant to be... I know at some point it told me about magic, but then I don't actually have any magic, so... And I'm pressing a lot of buttons and it's just like shaking the screen as if to go no. So there's a lot of buttons there that you don't even use, and it's telling them in the tutorial real quick, and it just straight over your head. It was artistically cool, but completely missed its whole function and purpose. Like the entire point of the tutorial is just completely ruined over the fact that they wanted it to look cool. It's not a massive gripe, but you know, you maybe want to, when they get in, just reaffirm some of that stuff in the starting area with a few easy enemies. Or something like that, just to kind of, you know, and just show the hints up as well. And definitely with the bow, I still don't... I get what they're trying to do, and it's cool with the bow. I remember I've seen this in Dead Space, and as well in the Metro series, like Metro 2033, Last Light and Exodus. They really try to make it so the user interface is still there, but it's part of the world, as opposed to being like just some floating text in the middle of the screen to help better immerse you in the game. Like, this game feels extremely immersive because there's no UI. I cannot tell you how important it is if you're trying to, like, I was getting genuine horror vibes at the end there when we were running away and it had all gone dark and your character's heart rate's going and you can barely see, you having to use the spirit arrow to guide yourself. And there's monsters coming out of the woods. There's like some genuine horror vibes going on, and that's allowed to happen because of the immersive UI. If I had like a giant, you know, 0 of 5 in the bottom right corner and a flashing red bar in the top to indicate my health and a compass somewhere up there and, you know, another thing at the bottom telling me about my mana and my magic that I've not even got yet, you know, that would kind of pull me out of it. So immersion does matter, especially if you're kind of going for these kind of horror vibes, which when you're running through the forest and it's all about being sneaky, stealthy, you are going to have those kind of moments, and that allows it to happen. So great attempt on the immersive UI on the bow, but I think it does need to be explained more because the tutorial only like kind of glosses over it. Again, with things like, for example, Dead Space, it literally stops, a prompt comes up, it tells you about it, and there's only like 3 things you need to look out for on the back. You know, on your character's UI, it's like, yep, ammo's above your gun, health's on your back, stasis is the little curved bar on your back. That's it. And if you're in 0G, a timer comes up. There's not loads to look out for, whereas on this, I'm still not sure what those orange boxes are on my bow, or the little diamond. I think the diamond is meant to be my visibility or something. Yeah, it's like the eyeball on Skyrim, which makes sense, seeing as these are the Skyrim devs, but I think the yellow is meant to be magic, but I don't know. Not that I can test it out because I don't have any magic, but it might just need on that cave where you're exiting and it's telling you just, it goes over again, oh, remember to shoot, remember to do this. Maybe, maybe literally just put like, I don't know, a journal there, or just like, hell, you could have a journal entry for the bow that tells you, oh, the bow, it's magical. The small squares indicate the amount of magic residue remaining within its string, and something like that, just to contextualize and tell you this is what it all does. Again, none of it's a massive issue. I think it's more of just the informing the player of it all, because it glosses over it in the opening sequence. Gameplay wise, it's not bad, but it's not great. Finding your arrows after you've shot and you've missed is nigh on impossible. They fly back to you, but like, I've tried a few times there and I just cannot find some of them. They just go off into a bush. I'm sure they like snap or something if they hit rocks. I think that's what I suspect. In addition, yeah, shooting enemies, definitely headshots seem to be like super damaging. Like, hit them in the head, it basically insta kills most things. And it does like a whole slow-mo, like head explosion, blood splatter thing, which is kind of cool. But when the enemies are kind of darting around and side strafing you like they do, which feels a bit unnatural, by the way. It does feel unnatural when, wild animals are kind of like weirdly circling and side strafing you. It's not how they would normally behave, I think, so it seems a bit unusual, but it also really throws it in when they're going round you in circles. It's much harder to hit a target side on than head on. And I would think that maybe it shouldn't all be about headshots, because it seems to be like, it's like, okay, you can put all of your arrows into the target and not kill them or get them once in the head. So it really seems to be about headshots while you're trying to hit these moving targets with a bow and arrow. So I don't know. It feels like I'm not going to be precise enough to play this with a controller, is what I'm getting at. And it seems like it's more made for mouse, which, I mean, it's fair enough, but if you want to put everyone who's playing on Steam Deck or on a controller off, you can, but I don't know. Maybe like slight aim assist, just slow down as you approach a creature, just like a bit of aim slowdown. I don't know. Or just change the AI behaviour of them so they don't strafe as much. That said, Um, the bow feels a bit floaty, and I don't know how to put it. Usually in a game, when you're using a bow, typically you'll. I mean, best example of this is like Horizon Zero Dawn. Like, well, not even Zero Dawn, but Forbidden West as well. Both of them do it. But yeah, Horizon, it's because it's a PlayStation game and it uses a PlayStation pad. Literally, it uses like the haptic feedback of the triggers and stuff to make it so that the stick tenses up as you're pulling back on the bow and aiming, and then again as you're firing, which is quite neat. But I would expect some kind of like vibration in the pad the longer I hold the bow, and that it should be more powerful as I do. It does seem to be the case that it gets more powerful as you hold it, but you don't even notice that it's like doing that at first, because you know, you don't even know that it's getting more powerful until you've held it too long and it starts shaking. It zooms in a little bit at the start, but it doesn't feel like I'm really pulling this back. It feels like I should, you know, start pulling the bow and arrow back here, and rather than zoom in, I would have the arrow just get pulled back more and more and more, and then maybe when it's ready to fire, just have like a little glint on the edge, like on the tip of the arrow, you know, like a little glint go off, as if to say, it's fully charged, go. I would do something like that. And then loose it. Well, so then if you know you hold it for after that point, it shakes. But if you loose it at that point, it should, yeah. And it does this. It definitely does have a flatter trajectory when you do that. Right now. But because there's no sort of like feedback up to that point, really, you don't. It doesn't feel like I'm firing a more powerful shot, you know. It needs more feedback from the bow, and I do that through control of vibration and pulling the arrow back more, as well as zooming in on the animation. And I'm saying all this, you know, and with bow and that, you know, if you're wondering why I sound a bit picky about it, I own one. I own a recurve bow. I have a particularly large garden, and I use it a lot. I've fired many hundreds of arrows, so I know a bit about it. Because yeah, I've got recently this year bought it and picked archery up as a hobby, so I know a bit about recurve bows. For now though, that said though, yeah, aesthetic wise, absolutely nails it. Absolutely nails the aesthetic. I think, yeah, just the gameplay there around the bow could be a bit better. The tutorialization could be a bit better. The enemies seem to like run up and I don't know when they like run up and down structures and they kind of like bounce off them and float in the air and going to jump at you and stuff. They look a bit weird sometimes. They like jump in and move a bit unnaturally, or like I said, when they try to climb up some of the structures or bump off of them and sort of like bounce through the air and physics out. I've noticed that a few times. You know, and sometimes they're running around, they're snapping to the terrain, so they end up running at like weird angles. It's all that said though, quite fun, interesting. I would maybe increase the starting arrow amount. It's very unforgiving. Like you feel like you have to get headshots with this and so on. But yeah, not bad though. Might be something to keep an eye out on. But it's a bit rough around the edges at the moment. But certainly unique. There's not many games like this out there. The only thing I can really think of is like Valheim. Though this is more focused on the it's basically Skyrim but you're always a stealth archer and you're just hunting down beasts, and it's like basically a heavy metal album cover. But yeah, an interesting eclectic mix of ideas there. Right, thank you very much for watching. This has been Axis, the Unseen Axis. Hang on, let's quit to menu. I'm going to double check that. I'm sure it's the Unseen Axis. It's either that or it's the Axis Unseen. The Axis Unseen. There you go. Available on the Steam Next Fest. Made by ex-Bethesda devs, so if you're thinking throughout this, it looks a bit like Skyrim this, there's a reason, there's a big reason why. I think they've probably fled the sinking ship at the right time. Let's hope they can kinda make a mark out there on their own. I'm rooting for them. Better than making Starfield DLC. Right. As with all the other demos, this is part of the Next Fest, part of my coverage. More on the channel if you want to look at some other demos. Subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want to keep in touch and keep kind of up to date with all the coverage I'm doing of the Next Fest, which will be going on throughout this week and next. Thank you very much for watching. Check out some of the other videos again for more coverage of demos. They will all be in a playlist as well. They'll all be going into the playlist. It'll be Steam Next Fest October 24. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again in some of the other demos that I'm covering. I'll see you then.